Hello, Paul here. So looking at a rack of Honduran mahogany here, excuse me, not Honduran, I'm sorry, this is Sapelli. We have some white oak up here, we have some Douglas fir right here, and we have Meranti in 4-inch thick slabs up here. This is actually 16 quarter. This is referred to as 16 quarter. The Doug fir and white oak and the Sapelli are all 8 quarter. That's the way it's referred to. 2 inches thick. It's 8 1/4 inches. So we ended up with a question from a customer, and it's a good question, and I thought might be worth sharing for everybody. Wondered why we buy the wood so thick. Of course, in the lumber yard, there's only, when you go to the lumber yard, you buy a 1-inch stock, which is actually 3/4. It was rough sawn to 1 inch. And then it was planed, and once it was planed, then you only had 3/4 of an inch left. A 2x4, of course, is 1.5 by 3.5. Same story. It was rough sawn to 2-inch by 4-inch, and then planed in order to have a good surface, and ended up with 2 inches by 4, or excuse me, at 1.5 by 3.5. So basically, what we're doing is we're buying the lumber and before it's processed. It's just sawn, it's not been planed. So there's a lot of waste in the planing. So if we were to, this would be 1.5 inches thick if we were buying this already planed, sawn to a 2-inch dimension and already planed. So then there'd be a lot of waste already. And what we can do is we can do that processing ourselves, and with this saw back behind me, this bandsaw, we can saw these things to the exact dimension that we need, less with the addition of, and the exact dimension will include the waste from when we plane the boards. So it's economics. It's a way of providing the customer with the least expensive, best wood at the lowest cost. If we were to buy this already processed, then we would be buying the 2-inch thick, but it would be processed down to where it's only 1.5 inches thick. So we lose a 1/2 inch in the process. So we can saw this. Frames are about 7/8 on Chris-Craft. On most of the boats that we're dealing with, up to like 25 foot, the frames are 7/8 of an inch. The planks are generally somewhere between 3/8 and 1/2, depending on what model of boat it is, and what length of boat, and so forth. And so we can select what we saw these to with the least amount of waste. And so that's the reason that we're buying in the bulk, straight from the sawmill form. It's been dried, but was straight from the sawmill. It's not been planed, not been milled, and we do all that here by using our bandsaw. And of course, here's our big jointer, and we also have a smaller planer. Well, not small planer. It's 15-inch. We can plane anything up to 15 inches wide. And oh, by the way, we can only saw up to about 15 inches wide, which actually is quite impressive. A 15-inch wide board edgewise through the saw is quite impressive. So let me zoom out on that guy right there. So anyhow, that is the reason for the way we buy our wood, and I hope that was informative to everybody. Thank you.